The oath was that all the Kikuyu elders, opinion makers and shapers were called to the village of the former president, the first president of the Republic of Kenya, Jomo Kenyatta. And it was in his village. His village is in Kiambu, and it's a village called Ishaweri. And he called all these elders, and he told them they have to take an oath. And the oath was, number one, leadership should not pass River Chania. So it must remain within the Kiambu. And if you have heard of the name, the Kiambu Mafia, that is where it started. So we have the Kiambu Mafia. These are the people who are supposed to make sure that leadership remains in Kiambu. The second was that we must follow our tradition. Let the Kenya be led by the cultural values. This was to kind of stop the influence of modernity, the influence of, they call it Mzungu mentality, to our affairs. And number three was, if we are going to follow tradition, let there be no family planning. So let us enjoy the mobility of us having more children, because votes is about numbers. So the more we are, the better it is for us. And the fourth one, if in case it should go beyond River Chania, let it be anywhere else apart from those people who are not circumcised. So nobody who is circumcised should lead the country.
Who is uncircumcised?
Yeah, who is uncircumcised, yes, should lead this country. And some of the elders, with their flying whisks, they went there, and when they were blessing the congregation, it is reported that some of them said, if you will allow uncircumcised to rule this country, we elders will walk with our short trousers. And in the culture, an elder walking with a short trouser is like you have reduced us to small boys. So if you allow the leadership to go to the uncircumcised, you will have reduced us, your parents, us, your grandparents, to small boys. Yeah, and that is the seriousness of the 1969 oath. Yeah. Now, you cannot be a small boy, but if you are not circumcised, you are something. You are referred as something, not a being, no, not a human being, but something. And something in Kikuyu would be Kemodo, a human being who is an it. And they have been referring that to the circumcised leaders as Kemodo. And that has really caused disgust amongst the electorate. So circumcision thing, and this is the effect of 1969 oath, and even today, a lot of this has cascaded down. And somebody might say, okay, this was all the time ago. And what about the young people today? The young people today who undergo traditional circumcision are still given this information, that they are still under the oath of their grandparents who took an oath in 1969, and they take it. So still the same information is carried amongst those who underwent traditional circumcision, that they should not allow the leadership of the country to go to the uncircumcised. And that is the politics that even today still is very rampant amongst the circumcised and the uncircumcised. And this makes the uncircumcised, especially the Luo community, very upset. Because when they know that they are referred to as second-class human beings, they have to show that they really have a right to the country. And that's the reason as to why you'll see a lot of animosity. They are angry. There is a lot of rage and anger when they react to certain things, especially on matters national leadership. And you might be seeing a lot of demonstrations, and they will be like, this is Kisumu, a lot of demonstrations, a lot of fight and running battles between them and police. The underlying factor is we are Kenyans, we need to be in the same level with the rest, and we can't be discriminated against us not being circumcised. And sometimes that one again has been taken by the Kikuyu community to bring the narrative that the Luos cannot lead because they have anger management. They have anger issues. They are not peaceful people. Yeah, so the circumcision politics is a contributing factor to what we have today. Yeah, so the battle is still being fought today in 2023. The battle from the result of the oath that was taken on the 9th of June, 1969, in the village of the former president, Jomo Kenyatta, in Ishaweri in Kiambu.